Hi, everybody. Let's do Hey, Petey. Good to see you. You're the first. You're the first and only so far. Good to see ya. Oh, yeah, I'm all set, ready to color. Pretty crazy. Actually, I think I've never colored. I actually have never done anything like this before, so this is going to be fun. Um, it's going to be interesting to try to keep track of the chat and color. But you know what? It shouldn't be that hard because I've got my phone as well as the computer as well up as speeding up my webcam. Oh, cool. Thank you. Oh, sweet. I appreciate that. Yeah, you and I both posted over on Stonies at the same time. That's so funny. I love it. Hey, great minds think alike, you know? Yeah. So anyway, ouch. Cat scratch, I guess. Anyhow, hey, Wolf Girls, good to see you. Color along with me. Yay. I hope if you're not coloring, that's cool. You know, if you are, that's even cool. Watch me color. I'll tell you my process. I have a method to my madness, you see. You have three colors, but I'll explain that here in a minute. In a minute. I thought I'd start out by pulling a card. Just a card to get us going. And here we go. Going to turn on the stack of coloring books with some cards on top. This is from the Mystical Wisdom Oracle deck. I've had this deck for a really long time. You can tell by looking at this poor book. As soon as that quits being frozen, there we go. Actually had to tape the cover back on because you kept dropping the cover off the book. I've had these cards a really long time. So let's see what we get. I have never shuffled up this high. This is funny. Uneven, up high. Get out the dragon tail. You got mandalas. You like to doodle. You like to draw. You guys told me. I think I'm going to do this the second Thursday of every month. I think having a creative outlet where we can gather together and just make pretty things or, you know, things. I have challenges for you too. I want to see what you guys are working on. So if you're on Instagram, please send me pictures of what you work on tonight. And the other thing is, I'm going to be giving away a coloring book. It's a really cool coloring book. You have your choice of two. Both of them are amazing. So, but you have to tell me which one you're interested in. So I'll tell you how the rules work for that. And the card, I'm going to got two that are kind of sticking out here. Pull that out. Ooh, yes. What a gorgeous card. Here, we go into solo mode here. That'll help a lot. Camera won't have a tendency to freeze so badly. Self-reliance. Don't be afraid to fly somewhere. You know, yeah, this channel's been around now for almost 2 years. In July, it'll be 2 years. And I was going to be the serious card reader. That's what I was focused on. That's it. And look, we're varying so differently now. I love it. I thought I was going to be reading on politics, but in the interim, I guess I'm doing creative things and reading on reading cards. Well, hey, I love this change. It's a wonderful change. Yeah, and I'm not afraid. I don't know about you guys. Look at all the transformation going on in here. This card, I love the artist of these cards is Josephine Wall, and she's amazing, really, really amazing. The more you look at her work, the more you see, like, there's white doves down here, you got the peacefulness, and look right around here, there's a little kitty cat. Yeah, it's just they're beautiful. She has been painting since World War II. Yeah, she's been around a long time. I have on Pinterest, I have a board of all of her paintings that I can find anyway. There's over 500 of them in that board. That's that's a prolific painter. But yeah, don't be afraid to rely on yourself because you know what? The answers are in you. They're not in somebody else. Whatever you're needing, rely on yourself. Uh, you rely too much on somebody else to save you. How are they supposed to do that when they can't get in your head and know what it is you need? So, in a way, by expressing your needs and desires to those you love, you're also being self reliant. Because, we might be really empathic and really good at the stuff that we do, but I swear to you, we don't read minds at least very well. So that's our message for tonight. Don't be afraid to be reliant on yourself. And the bottom part is, oh yeah, fit for tonight. Creative wonderment. Follow your passion. Be creative, whatever that is. If you believe in pink peacocks, paint them pink. This is the number one thing I'm going to tell you tonight. Whatever you choose to color along with me, make it yours. Doesn't have to look like, a photograph. Well, that doesn't really look like a wisteria or, make it yours. This is your world we're creating tonight. Okay? So, with that, on that note, I'm going to put these away so we can get started. And normally I do the Lightworkers pledge towards the end, but I thought that I would definitely do it now. And then that way we are all ready to do what we need to do, color, let our minds just kind of wander, have some fun. So I'll put up the overlay and we will say the Lightworkers Pledge. I declare a pledge to love. I will act based on judgments from the heart. I will act not based on judgments of fear or lack. I will act not controlled by self-interest, commercial, or political agendas. I will act attempting to reduce conflict and division. I will act to promote cooperation. I will act to promote consensus. I will act to promote peace. I will act recognizing the quality of all living things, including humans. I will act to pursue a picture of collective truth rather than personal truth. And I will act to acknowledge the responsibility of supporting others in their spiritual awakening. I will act and do not deliberately or knowingly misinform. I declare this pledge to you all in love. I always love saying that. Hey, Manic. Hi, Rose. Good to see you guys. Oh, yeah. That always kinda after saying that, my weekend is like, "Okay, I'm ready to start. I'm ready, I'm all set, I'm grounded, happy." Let's talk coloring! So, uh, rather than keep this one in the hot seat, I'll join you now. You can take a look at my face. Hi! Yeah, I got my black light going. Yeah, it was going right in my eye. I was like, "Wow, that's bright." Also, different glasses. These are the glasses that I use to do close-up work. So, anyway, when it comes to doing coloring books, you don't have to spend a lot of money. Um, shoot, go to Michael's. Go to the Michael's right up front when you walk in the door. They have all those baskets and bins of dollar stuff. You will find travel size coloring books in there. And believe me, like I was showing you yesterday, these little guys, see, even this one even came with a color wheel inside so that you can see what colors make what. Kind of cool. Um, but anyway, you've got a real basic big pattern to fill in so you can make it as complicated or as detailed as you want. Um, so I decided to go for a little bit of realism, but yet have a cartoony look. So I just kept layering, and layering, and ended up with all this color. And it's not, you can tell there's no blenders, no anything used in there. See the pencil marks. Now, some of the professional colored pencilists will tell you that's a no-no, they don't like that. But that does happen to be my particular style. So, as far as I'm concerned, there is no right or wrong. Oh, monochromatics, they're great. Speaking of, I've got a book to show you that will help you there. But see, you've got real basic, this book was like, I think I got it at Walmart for $4.99. And I bought it for my 97-year-old mom. She never colored in it, but I'm like, look at these. Aren't those cool? I have, well, obviously. And the current one I'm working on in here is the butterfly. I showed you yesterday. Here we go. And you can tonight, because I don't know if it's the black light or what, but you can see the iridescent colors in the butterfly a little better. There's green, there's gold, there's copper, there's a blue, there's even lavender, iridescent metallic in the butterfly. You'll also notice in the leaf, here's a clue. When you look at a green leaf, is it all just green? I think you'll find that most leaves are predominantly shades of brown, yellow with a hue of green. So, yeah, it all depends on how close you look at things. Um, in the flower, this is a good place to show you how I start. I will pick a pink that's a medium pink. That's gonna be the base color, and I'll color the whole thing that pink. Then I'll go back over it with a darker color to get those lines to help kinda shade in around the lines, back down in under there where it would be darker. And as you're doing this, you're deciding which direction your light is coming in from. And then I will add a light, just a hint of a little bit of a lighter pink on the outer edge where the light would hit it. And that's all you have to do. It's just 3 shades similar in color and that will give you your depth perception that you're looking for. This shows you here the start of the butterfly. I just lightly color in base colors first. Then I grabbed metallic pencils, which here's one. This is the green. Um, and you can see right here I started on his body. right there. So, yeah, coloring, can be as, "Hey, go get a kid's coloring book. You wanna do something fun? Color Mickey Mouse," you know? It's something for all ages because this particular coloring book is very special to me. It was my mom's, and she did color in it. I stumbled on this the other day when I was getting the coloring books out to prepare for this. It brought me such a warm, happy smile. She's 97 years old when she was coloring this, and yeah, I think I'm going to frame it. Bless her heart, my dear sweet late mama. She would be 102 today. Actually, this May, she would be 102. But yeah, I got this at Barnes& and Noble, gosh, back in 2015, 2016, when everybody was buying coloring books, and you could buy coloring books and paints and stuff all as one kit. Then there's these people. These people coloring Dover coloring books have been around since they're very inexpensive, and they have been around since the 1960s. I can remember coloring with Flair felt marker. Okay, yeah, I'm aging myself here. When Flair felt markers first came out, um, Peter Max, that really trippy artist from the 1960s was really popular. So, Dover, I mean, they have not changed their logo or anything since the 1960s. Doesn't that look like when this book came from? It didn't. I swear to you. Copyright USA. Let's see if I can find it on here. This was only $3.95. I got it on Amazon. I figured you guys could just look up Dover and because they've got probably 50 kinds of coloring books under Dover. This is copyright 2007, but they're all different kinds of mandalas. And those are really fun to color because you can make it a blooming process, work it your way out from the center, or work your way into the center from the outside. I really like coloring mandalas. I actually have mandala diamond painting. So, yeah, this coloring book's kind of fun. Yeah, flowers growing out of a urn. I like the fish. I think this one's cool. So, yeah, it's just kind of a here you go. This is definitely typical 1960s Dover coloring book. Paisley designs. The Paisley designs, like mandalas, are so fun to color. And you can just let your mind wander, you know? This kind of reminds me of Dr. Seuss in a way. But, those are hops. To me, have you ever seen hops like that they used to make beer? That's what that plant right there, that flower is. Hops. Anyway, I move on. This coloring book is one of the coloring books I'm going to offer as a giveaway. This coloring book comes from one of our dear tarot card readers. Uh, Actually, Manic, you were asking me this morning what my favorite tarot deck was. It's her tarot deck. Her name is Sienna Rose, Sienna Rose Metaphysical, and Lena Rodriguez. Lena and Rodriguez came out at the same time. That's why that came out saying Leanna. Anyway, they have their own tarot deck. It's a fantastic tarot deck. Um, but about 2018, I think Sienna did this. She made the coloring book first, and it's 30 days of positive thinking. It is one of the options that I would like to offer if you want to win the coloring book. I ask that you put in the comments after when this comes back up in replay, put in the comments, put coloring book P for positive thinking, or coloring book C for colormorphia. I'll show you that one here in a minute. Anyway, see, just for today, I will let go worry. Ooh, that is a Reiki. Yeah, you say that every morning when you're a Reiki practitioner. So see, it's a really neat coloring book. I'm gonna see if I can move this up just a hair. There we go. That's not quite so close. I'm gonna color this one in the back. Kind of fits for me, wouldn't you say? All that cactus in the desert. All shall be well. Anyway, that is one of the ones I want to give away. If you want to plant new flowers, this one is a special kind of a coloring book because it's great to use with watercolor brush markers and watercolor pencils and regular watercolor paints. The reason being, the images are only on one side and the back side is black. There's no bleed through to the picture behind. So this is a really fun coloring book. And as I recall, it wasn't very expensive either. The links to this coloring book are in the description. But see, they're really, you could do that, paint that, and frame it. I would be proud to have that hanging on my wall. No, look at this one. Isn't that pretty with the sailboat and the lilies? So, yeah. I will go ahead and put this on the hot seat because we're starting to get into the little more complicated coloring books. This one is perfect for the person who is a beginner and doesn't know how to do shading, but still wants to have that satisfaction of knowing that they shaded, that they colored a beautiful picture that they could frame. Grayscale coloring books are awesome for that. All you gotta do is just apply the color over the top. It's all shaded for you. And even if you never color the book, it's gorgeous. Just like you said, PD and monochrome. Isn't that neat? I love this coloring book. How appropriate for Valentine's Day. I love it. Yeah, so all you gotta do is just cover over the top. All the grayscale is gonna show underneath. Underneath. Sorry, I love that picture. Isn't it cute? It's adorable. So yeah, we got all these fairies. These are the fairies of the seasons. Oh, sorry, that one's not. But these are the fairies of the season. This is autumn. This is spring. And this is winter. And summer was back here in the beginning. Ooh, look. Ooh, look at her. That's a fun option. And then you can go into the little bit bigger ones like the Dover Press. And these will also take watercolors, so they don't bleed through. The pages are thicker than your typical Walmart paper. So we're starting to get into a little bit more complicated designs. This one, actually, I believe is the Victorian wallpaper design. There's a lot of that in here because these are all Art Nouveau designs. I like the lizards down here. And here we are Colormorphia. This is the second one that I want to give away to you guys. Now, I'm not going to open this one. It's never been opened. This is the actual coloring book you will receive. I will show you what it's like on the inside here in a minute because that's what I'm working on a current project in here. This is a really trippy coloring book. To give you a flavor of this artist, I'm going to show you this one underneath here first. Oh my. Worlds within worlds. This gives you an idea what they're all like. Look at that monkey. Got the whole temple on his back. Yeah, I haven't hardly even looked in this one. This one I just got actually. But look, Sphinx cat. Look at these. Talk about complicated. Look at these designs. There you go. This one is a full 2-pager. There's nothing to color in that. Wow. Look at down there in the bottom. You start these as a project. Get your hands here. You have the earth in our hands. Wow. Even down to the caverns of the inside. This is cool. You start them as they're kind of like a game. Each one is, I believe this one is set up that way as well. Step into my high-definition, super detailed world where enchanting realms and entire universes are transported to strange and wonderful new habitats. Each intricate illustration has been crafted with fine liner pens and can be colored in any way you like. Look out for the magic key in every scene. Each is hidden beside a clue that will unlock the next world. You can find out the answers in the back of the book. So as you start each one, if we begin with this one, you look for the key. Where's the key in the picture? Good luck finding that. You're going to have to find it as you color. Sometimes I've been able to find them without it, but yeah. And then that unlocks what's going to be the story of the next one, which is this. See, like I mean, really trippy coloring book. Hi, Mickey. Good to see you. Yeah, I love this turtle. The haunted house on his back. You know, that's the Chinese symbol of everlasting longevity. It's the tortoise. You know, the Galapagos, they live like 150 years old. So, yeah. So each one has a key that moves you on to the story of the next one. You know, like this one. You want to talk to your dragon? How about just looking in a dragon? Ah, hey, Tony, good to see you, Shining Hawk Healing. Yeah, aren't these coloring books are amazing. Look at this dragon. See if I can get that to show up better. Isn't that something? So, here you go. Here we go. Dollhouse filled with trolls and witches and unicorns, fairies and gnomes. Uh, yeah, it just goes on and on and on. Look at these guys. Amazing iguanas, but yet they've got the pyramids of Egypt on their back. Hmm. Oh, here we go. Look at those. And this one, look at that eagle. Look at that eagle. This just, yeah, this is Worlds Within Worlds, Color New Realms. This coloring book is fantastic. And now I'll show you the color morphia, because I'll show you which one I'm working on. Here's the color morphia deck. Can you tell I'm used to giving reviews on decks, huh? And here you go. Look at these pictures. They're just, I don't have enough room to show it all to you completely. So what I'll do is we'll just kind of move on. Look at the crow. Just gorgeous. And then the swans. I love it because this person that colored these swans colored them in black and white. A black swan and a white swan. And this one. Let me see if I can. Well, that's the best I can do. And then you've got jellyfish. Aren't they gorgeous? And this just happens to be the one I chose to work on. I am big on the Day of the Dead celebration. It's one of the biggest, really, really big deal here in Tucson, Arizona. So a couple years ago, and I mean that, it's taken me a couple years, I started the skull. I've started this one as well. This one as well. Oh my goodness. But so, and it's like that other one. It's got, here you go. A nuts and bolts butterfly. That's a transition too. I get a lot of inspiration from these. Look at this rhinoceros. Sorry. Oh, there. There you go. What a spider. Anyway, so at this point, I'm ready to color. I don't know about you guys, but here's what I've got done so far on the skull. Get some of the stuff out of the way so I can spread out a little. Here's what I have so far. I'll bring her down so you can look at it close. Now, obviously, I'm going over it quite lightly to begin with. And the reason I do that is so that I can layer it back on and get it brighter and brighter like this. So since I was talking about the leaves earlier and that leaves have yellows and oranges, they have greens, but they're mostly brown. Believe it or not, they really have a lot of brown in them. So I thought, I have a lot of leaves in here that need some shading. So I thought I would start with that. This is a medium color. This is a darker color. Not much darker. That's the wrong one. That's why I need this color. Here's your darker color. And then here's your lighter color. So there you get your depth with the three colors. You can't really see that. You have these two greens. So you have a darker green and a lighter green. Let's see if we can do this. What happens? Ha ha! Bring the black light down so you can see the colors. So you can see this glowing right here. You should see this in my eyes. Wow! And those were fun to paint, to color. Anyway, like this one, this leaf. Obviously, the dark has already been done on this. I decided what direction was the light coming. It's coming in from up here, this from the upper right? So then anything that is behind that upper right is going to be in shadow, and anything that's in that upper right light is going to need to be highlighted. And you'll notice I don't pay a lot of attention to making sure it's all even in there. Leaves aren't all the same, you know? Doesn't have to be a block color unless that's what you're wanting. And if that's what you're wanting, I suggest you don't use colored pencils. You may want to try using the watercolor pens. Yeah, I can show you how they work. They're really cool. Uh, See, they just kind of color in. You just can just do those. And just kind of color block. You lay in your color first, and then you can blend in layers. And if you lay a color pencil down first, it has waxy consistency. And that looks like a mess, doesn't it? That is a total mess. Well, no, well, I'll fix it. I will fix it. It will look totally different. You come back in with this colored pencil. It's just a lavender. And I'll come in and I'll boldly color over it, pressing pretty hard, and just come in circles. And it's okay if you leave little areas of white specks because we're going to come in with a really dark color to move in those specks. Now, yeah, see right there? I got out of the lines, colored out of the line. That's the thing about colored pencils. If you don't press too hard to begin with, they're erasable. I have, and actually, I've colored so much in the past. I finally broke down and got myself an electric uh, eraser. It spins. I use it a lot for all of my art, though. I couldn't find it a while ago, though, so I can't figure out where I put it in a really safe place. Miss Tony, if you're still in here, darling, I need to talk to you. I want to get together with you guys and do a follow up on our flow conversation from last year. Anyway, I will contact you. You're working so hard. Don't focus like that. Lay a color down. You don't like how it looks. Now look. Look how different this looks. Whoops. Hello. Look how different that looks. That was a mess that I made with the marker that I went in there and scooched in color. Layer it in. Layer it in. Just know that red and green make mud. If you mix red and green, you're going to get brown. But if you want to get brown, go for it. Here, I'll lay in some orange here in this one right up here. That black light causes a weird shadow in my hand. Okay, laying in the orange. Just doodle it. Just kind of make marks. That's the shadow. See those lines? That's the shadow of the petals, right? I'm going to carry it off into this one too. So I'm going to have the same marks. Doesn't have to be hard. Just kind of lay in some color. Now, like this one, it's yellow. Let's grab a yellow. Come back in. Go right. Look, that's a blender. That's not a yellow. Yellow, yellow, yellow. I grabbed the yellow. Oh, there it is. Come back in. And as you lay in the yellow, You'll start to get some dimension into your plant. Leave some white edges out there. So I can use a lighter yellow. I'm sorry I'm not keeping good track of the chat, you guys. Hard to color and chat too. So. The way I look at this is something I'm creating. This is my world, and there's no right or wrong. See what's happening there? Now I need a more of a medium, let me grab a different yellow. I need medium to bright yellow for a highlight. Come here, you. I only have about 150 Prismacolor pencils down over here. Not everything fits up here. But I promise these demonstrations will get better as I move. You see these edges, how rough, how abrupt they are? There's no straight lines in nature. So that bothers me. So I'll come back in here and do some of this. Over the top. Just kind of work out that squareness, those angles. See, it's kind of happening here too. So just kind of break it up. Do something to break that line. Then you can come back in. This is a deco yellow. It's pretty light, bright yellow. And you come in and do the tips, just the very bare tips of where the light would be hitting the edges of your flowers. And there you go. Add it up here. And then you can take a blender. This is something that has no color. They're kind of like an eraser, but not. They're abrasive. They're, I don't know how to describe it. Derwent makes them. That's this particular pencil is made by Derwent, which comes from Great Britain. And Prismacolor also makes a blender. So we'll use the Prismacolor one. And you can see that as you go through, kind of got to push hard, but you'll notice it softens for all, you got a shadow there. It softens for all of the colors come together. And there you start to get a petal looking flower. They all kind of become one color. You can start to see that the edges disappear. Now we need a brown for in the center. See, like we've got here. So we're going to need, see how they kind of have texture to them. They stick up a little bit more than these guys over here. So we're going to need a couple of shades of brown. Or in this instance, I think I would use maybe a black. But I'm going to lay down this medium brown first. And I'm not pressing very hard. Just put the color in. And then kind of decide, well, now the sun is coming from this this direction. So These guys back here, these are going to be darker down towards the bottom because it's shadowed down there. The sun's not quite going to reach down in there where it's darker. So you just kind of doodle in there, that darker color. And you can get that darker color just by pressing harder. Next, I need a lighter brown. The stuff. Find a lighter brown. That's a good one. One thing I want to say to you, when you buy Prismacolor pencils and you buy them open stock, you can sharpen them from whichever end you want to. They come with a sticker thingy on them. I suggest you pay attention to where the name of the color is and the number of the color is if you plan on ever replacing that color. Because if you start sharpening the pencil from this end, you're going to eat up what the color name stuff is. I discovered that the hard way. So add in a little bit of a putty color brown. And you just go right over the top of the dark brown. Color right over the top. Layering is the whole thing. Now, that kind of looks like a blurry kind of a mess. So now we need a really, really dark color. That's a gray. We don't really want a gray. Let's see. Find a dark, dark, dark brown. Hey, original color called dark brown. Now, here's when we're going to go in and find those really dark areas and fill them in. Just kind of pay attention around all of those little centers. This is a coneflower. Coneflowers have brown centers. And I may not, necessarily really like what I'm doing. So then I'll add in another color. Or like I have this dove gray. If I want to add a bluish tint to it, I'll add in a blue tinted gray. And all of a sudden, it's totally different. Because you change the hue from a warm hue to a cute, cool one. See if my words will work. I want to work on this flower petal, the green parts of the flower. That part that holds that beautiful bud in there. That was the lightest color. Now I'm going to go over it again and see those where the lines are. The lines are telling you that's where the shadow is. Of course, that's going to be a little darker because it's underneath those petals. Dark green. There we go. Now here's where we need to add in where you can just kind of just get that hint of it coming out, that it does come out from under the petal. And to do that, it's got to cast a shadow as it does, right? So here you go, casting just a line of a shadow. And there you have a flower. There's what we just painted. See, that wasn't too bad. You want to do the bud? Let's do the bud. I would say that's a bee. I need black for that bee. I didn't grab one. I think that's black. Black grape. That's a dark purple. Let's see. Black. Okay. Copenhagen blue. I'm doing a B. That doesn't work. Okay. I have to bring this up into the light because it's too dark down here. I can't see what I'm doing. Okay. Now I need the black. You know there's true black, by the way. It's either a really dark green or a really dark blue. To find out, all you got to do is add white to it. And you'll find that that gray that it makes is going to have a blue or a blue or a brown tint to it, or a blue or tint to it. Well, I don't know. I don't have a black in here. Where's my Prismacolor black? No, we can make a black. We'll use that really dark purple that I just called black grape. Black grape. We'll use that. See? I'm just going to make this close enough to black. That works, wouldn't you say? So there you go. You got our bee start. I don't know about you guys, but the bees around here, they're kind of, it's like they wear a fuzzy vest. It's got like yellow. And although the bees around here, you don't want to make mad, let me tell you, they're Africanized. All of them. All the honeybees here got Africanized years and years and years ago. And get real aggressive and swarm and chase you. Here we go. I'm going to make this a little darker now. Down underneath there, where the sun is, on the lower side of the eye. And I'm adding a little blue to this because that helps add to the shadow, is the color blue. You see, I'm not doing the whole half circle on the body there. I'm going to do the legs while we're at it. And I come back with this black grape. So it's a super dark purple. And come back in and press really hard on those legs. And the next thing you know, they're nice and black. They don't look purple at all. Now, you got to shade that yellow part a little. So, do a little orange down here. Just a touch. Almost acts like a reflection off of the orange in the flower as well. Yeah. Here we go. Now, would you color his wings? And if you did, what color would you color them? I'm thinking a real pale gray, like the skull here. Pale, pale gray, like this one right here, I think. Yes, almost a light blue. You'll notice I also don't hold the pencil right up close to the lead. I'll hold it way out here. Kind of gives you a little more of a freeform, less controlled feeling. So it's relaxing. You just kind of let the color happen. Lay it down and let it happen. See, we've got this lighter color. Now we can go in and make that be the highlight on the back of the bee and at the top of his eye. And kind of highlight out those antennae. So now we've got a bee. Doesn't take that long, but there you go. Now you got a bee. I love coloring. Can you tell? Oh my goodness. Yeah. Let's see what else we can do next. I'm thinking, I got these orange ones right here. That's like a red. So let's work with the red, orange, and yellow. There's your colors for your shading and everything. And we're going to work on this flower right here. So the first color we want to lay down is a medium color, which is going to be an orange. So we lay the orange down lightly, especially out here on these outer leaves. These you can make a little darker, the ones on the inside. You can make them a little bit more bold as you're coloring them. But you're also going to do them all the same color. It's just back in here because they're the inside of the flower. Those are going to be a little darker in color. This is the outside of the petal. So they're going to be a little bit lighter in color. And then you got this guy right there. It's dark because it's a shadow. You're also going to have these guys inside here. Every once in a while, you can have one that's darker than the other. Kind of like you do roses. Roses are a ball. Oh, they're fun to color. They really are fun. Let's see, we need the medium yellow to kind of go in here. These are a little bit lighter, so they're going to be highlighted. They're in the sun, kind of like this part of this petal right here is in the sun. So it's going to have a lighter orangish to it, orangey yellow. Okay, then we've got marks again. So we got that's shading. So here comes the red. And you just go over those lines. And you can press however bold you want the dark color to be. Now I want this whole flower to be bold, so I'm going to go ahead and press in this red. It's a pretty color. Put a little bit of it in those darker petals too. And then now you go over it with that medium orange again. And you're pressing a little harder. And you'll notice that it seems to go smoothly over the top of what you just laid down originally. I know it seems redundant to do it twice, but there's, the layering effect is what we're looking for. We've got this yellow here. You come back in now and do your highlights. Highlight those leaves, or leaves, those petals, edges that you want to see. Hi, Ace. Good to see you. Yes. You know what the deal is? You're looking for being an expert at it. If you don't do it very much, you don't see these things like I'm talking about. You don't see where the light's coming, and you don't have to take it that far. Like I said in the beginning, it all really does depend on what you're wanting to make out of it. You want to make it a cartoon, then you can make it more two-dimensional. I have a tendency to get caught up in the details. I get bogged down in the details, and yeah, it'll it'll stop me. It'll literally stop me. I'm noticing here, yes, we need this orange, this rusty color. Don't we need that in this flower? I think we do. Yes, that's the color. That's the one. See, if you're frustrated, pick another color and lay it on the top. Might just be the same color, but as we get going, now you see how dark the red is in the center of this flower. Let's make it this one darker. Press harder in those darker spaces. Time to put in that bolder color. It also helps to keep your pencils sharp if you're coloring with colored pencils, which I have not done. I haven't sharpened any since we started because I don't want to blast your ears out. I have my sharpener right here. I have to do I have to do the old mute thing here. Hang on a second while I sorry about that. I have an electric sharpener and it gets makes a really, really high pitched squeal. Not what I would actually want to do to you guys. I'm sorry. Especially if you're listening on headphones. Oh my goodness. And wipe out your ears. I just saw this flower right here is half colored, so I thought, oh, let's just lay some color in and finish that. But yeah, you don't have to make it as difficult as I did. I think I need to finish this pink flower too. So give me that lavender, and I need a nice pink. Lavender, I'm just going to use to add to the shading because it's kind of a pinky lavender instead of a blue one. It's just enough. And now I need a pink. So what pink do we want to use? Let's see. It's like I've used these two a lot. So apparently I have used them in this picture. So I'll grab them. In case you're wondering what I'm looking at, I have a portfolio full of pencils. It's 3 layers deep. I have lots of different kinds of pencils. So I'm gonna have to put you in mute again. I'm gonna need to sharpen these. Sorry about that. You don't want to hear that sharpening. Believe me. Anyway, look there. We have these two pinks. We have hot pink and we have pink. And you'll see one is just a little more orange than the other. So I'm going to use this little bit darker one to go in here. There was a very white pink, very, very pale pink used in this previously, and I want a little more color in there. Oh, and let you guys know, I tried to get a hold of my doctor yesterday and today, and I was on hold forever and ever and ever. So I got impatient. I gave up. I'll keep trying and get this thumb fixed. It's not bothering me during the coloring though, which is cool. So what do you think about doing the second Thursday of every month, you guys? Having it be a arts and crafts show. Just, bring what you're working on and let's do it together. We work and learn together. When I was in the diamond painting world, we used to call this a whip, where we would talk live and show the diamond paintings. We'd just all work on our diamond paintings together while someone just shot the breeze about what they were doing in their lives. And we all worked on our paintings together. That was kind of fun. So I could do something similar like that with my arts and crafts projects that I do. I'm getting ready to do some resin stuff, and I'm getting ready to make resin things to sell. So, as in runes, and I don't mean necessarily runes that you can use, but they are very big. My mold is, so they will make a rune that is, uh, yeah, a big one. So you can use it like as an alphabet for your name around your neck. I want to do a little bit of darkening on these leaves here. Add a little. And then, looking at the time, it's time to call it quits. I can't believe this hour sure went by fast. You need a brown, please. Let's do this one right here. And you'll see how that changes this side of the leaf. And we'll put a little bit of the brown in the stem too. And a little bit in this leaf. Let's put a little bit of orange in this leaf. Just because it's, leaves might be kind of finishing up. Put a little orange in this one too. And how about the underside of that one? Anyway, that is my project that I'm working on, my coloring. I thought it was really appropriate that I had the card where the ear would be. And that is the Nine of Clubs. Anyway, let me get this out of solo. And hi, everybody. Thank you, you guys, for coming tonight. I really appreciate this. I am going to save the project and work on it with you guys. I appreciate you coming and coloring with me. Oh, good. I'm glad you're doing fantastic, Ace. Her I owe you an apology. Oh my gosh. Monday, I was supposed to be there, you know, and I thought, okay, well, Jay's going to start here in 2 minutes. I'll just kind of lay here and wait for my coffee to cool off. And I fell asleep. You're you're getting inspired to get your own coloring book? Oh, good. Well, like these, like this one. Oh, um, if you are interested, I'm giving this one away. It's not exactly the one I'm coloring, but it's the same coloring book. I have one that is unopened. I have two coloring books to give away. You guys put in the comments, not here in the chat, but in the comments of the replay that you want C for color morphia. Oops, sorry. Color morphia, or P for 30 days of positive thinking, which is the coloring advice in a rose and physical. Let me know which one you want, and when I pick a winner, that's the one I'll send you. I pick a winner. Let's give it 30 days. We're just giving this a try for the first time doing the coloring. Um, And as I learned more, I've been watching videos. There's different ways of blending. You can use rubbing alcohol. You can use mineral oil. You can use lots of different things. It really depends on the paper you're working on as to what you can use to help blend those colors. And you don't want to have that greeny look. And you don't want to have to push hard. Because sometimes with some colored pencils, when you push really hard to get a bolder color, you will see that it'll get a white film on it. And that's because the colored pencil has a wax base to it. So, hi, welcome, Bimbo Barbarella Music Program. Well, thank you, sweetheart. Thank you. Welcome, welcome. You're always welcome here. Yeah, coloring and anything that this particular show on this particular channel is about raising our vibes, calming our minds, and just finding that place where you can breathe again. Everything is so stressful and crazy right now. Um, no matter what you believe in politics or in the weather or religion or not, or what any of that, this channel is dedicated to help you get away from that. Turn that crap all off and just kind of be in you. Find your quiet place and do what you like. If you want to do a really simple picture, do a really simple picture. If you've never colored um, in an adult style coloring book before and you're terrified of doing the shading like I was just showing you, do a grayscale coloring book. Yes, Mr. Stoney is in the chat. Mr. Stoney's our bud. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So see, all you got to do is lay in the color over that. All the shading is done for you. Find yourself a nice, couple of skin tones and what colors you'd want to put in the snail. I could think of a lot of colors I could put in that snail. It's really neat because it says over here the name of what the picture is beside it. And it's nice that these are not, once again, only on one side. So if you paint, like with the markers, it'll bleed through, but it's not going to bleed through onto this next page. What you do is you put something like a sheet protector in between, and paint to your heart's content. You won't leak through. Well, everybody, thank you for being here tonight. This was an experiment. I have painted and been an artist for years, and I have never taught anyone. So if you come up with questions or whatever, let me know. And um, you guys take care of each other. Be kind to one another. And when people aren't really kind to you, find a way to maybe make them smile. Because what's going on in their head has nothing to do with you. Yeah. Shoot, as far as you know, they lost their job just before they ran into you. They never intend. People do not set out to make us miserable. I don't know about you, but do you think, oh, today I think I'm going to make Lori miserable. We'll pick on Lori today. Nobody does that. No one does that. So, you have trouble coloring a circle? Well, I have problems drawing a circle and I'm an artist. So, you know, we limit ourselves. Like I was showing in my demonstration here, it really is a matter of just laying in color. Um, MTG does that. Oh, you guys are good. I love you so much. You're funny. Oh, you got your foot in a cast now, Ace? Everything come out okay? Did you get your surgery and everything all taken care of? You can't go out and feed your crows. Oh, hun, that's a bummer. But when it's all over, you know, your foot will be all better. Everything will be all healed, and then there'll be no stopping you. Yeah, prayers for you. Sending you Reiki too, sweetheart. Definitely. You guys, take it easy. Have a good week. We'll see you. Um, Saturday Solutions is the next thing, and that's a video. So I will see you live next Wednesday when we do our card reading. 2 hours of personal readings on whatever you want to read on. I will do politics. I will go down into that darkness if you really want me to. I can do personal stuff too. So for tonight, to send you on your way, as I do almost everything I do nowadays, I'm going to send you off with a therapist card. These are the best cards. I just love these cards. I pull from them personally about 10 times a day. I would just walk by them and I'll pull a card. And they always make me smile. I don't shuffle them or anything. I'll just pull one out of the middle, just like this. Whoop. Just like this. Take that card right there. I love it. I love it. I love it. Your speed doesn't matter. Forward is forward. You can read about monsters and ghosts. I can read on them too. Actually, they don't really scare me much. I'm not too afraid of them. I'm protected, so I'm not too worried about them. Um, yeah, your speed doesn't matter. As long as you're moving forward. Because we can't go backward. It's not possible. I love you guys. You take care, and I will see you next time. You can find my outro here.